This is what it sounds like when them boys cry. What's up, y'all? Ha ha! First place in the division. Number one seed in the conference. That is your Philadelphia Eagles. It ain't my Eagles. It is your Philadelphia Eagles. We did it. Now all we got to do is execute in the playoffs. 3 more wins. 3 more wins until we are world champions. Let's get these 3 wins. Let's play controlled, decisive football. Everything comes through Philly. That's what the end goal was for us. That was the end goal for us. What's going on, everybody, man? North Philly Mo, what's up? Ace Boogie, what up, what up, what up? You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts did a lot, proved himself. Let's do a recap. Let's do a recap. Oh, yeah. Yo, they flying off the shelf, too. Click the link in my bio. Click the link in the description. Go to the Print Champs. Get all your Hurt season gear in a limited thread. It's called Playoff Green. Look for it. I even got the hoodies with the Playoff Green paint. It was hard to find it. Shout out to the Print Champs for doing their part to make sure we look real sweet for these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? But it's called Playoff Green. Get all your stuff in Playoff Green. That's what we doing, man. And use code BULLY10 at checkout for some additional savings on that. You know the vibes. King Diego, what's going on, bro? I can't call it. Lavin Williams, thank you for the super chat. What's good, LB? Number one seed, Bird Gang all day. You already know the vibes. Let me crack the window. You already know the vibes with that. Stu Vision, what's good, Stu? Ethan, what's good? Playoff Green, I love that. Yes, everything Playoff Green. Because y'all know some of my greens kind of be, they green, but they don't be the Eagles green. It's the Eagles green. Dave Dust, what up? You know what I mean? We did our job, man. We did our job. We did our job. And this is, you know, people want to say it wasn't an impressive win. If you looked at my last video, you already know my mindset on that. LB, that Washington game was funny. We're going to talk about everything. How everybody looking going into the playoffs. We're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it. Let's start with us. Let's start with some of the amazing things that the Philadelphia Eagles accomplished and the things that we were able to get done in order to be where we are right now. 14-3. First time having 14 wins in franchise history. You know what I mean? You got to tip your hat to that. You got to tip your hat to everybody involved, man. It is what it is. Hassan Reddick, 16 sacks. Should be a Defensive Player of the Year finalist, if not get the award. Got to tip your hat to that. Nobody got more sacks than him in the NFC East. Nobody. Nobody. They told us that other dude was scary. I told y'all, watch. Darius Slay and Bradbury been locked down all year. Allowing Gardner Johnson. Listen, this is a crazy stat for y'all real quick. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson missed 5 games and still lead the league in interceptions. Dak Prescott missed 5 games and still lead the league in interceptions. 2 players in the NFC East lead the league in interceptions after missing 5 games. But one of them a dog and one of them a poodle. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is. You don't become 14-3 by your quarterback not taking that next step. You don't become 14-3 by your quarterback not taking that next step. Jalen Hurts proved more than he was supposed to prove this year. It went from let's see if he's the guy, we're going to stash this other pick, to a definitely saying, how much money should we pay him this offseason? MVP conversations, MVP finalists. He should finish in the top 3 in MVP votes. Jalen Hurts should get multiple MVP votes for the season that he had. The haters on the other side, you know, it's only one other side. Them haters over there are going to try to tell you that his numbers are pedestrian. They're going to try to tell you that he didn't have a good season. 22 touchdowns, but they're going to leave out the 13 rushing touchdowns. They're going to leave out the 700 rushing yards. They're going to leave out the best QBR, the best interception to touchdown ratio. Ham from Jersey, thank you for the super chat. They're going to bring out a lot of stuff. Super Bowl MVP is what matters. Kirsten got it 100% right. 100% right. This team had an amazing year for individual accomplishments. An amazing year for individual accomplishments. Let's talk about Devontae Smith. A record. A record was set by Smitty for receptions, 95 receptions. They said he was too small. They said he was too small. Smitty had a better year than CeeDee Lamb, a better year than Terry McLaurin. Yeah, he did, if you ask me, because he was able to produce as a number 2. A.J. Brown been here 1 year, and he's an all-time great to put on a jersey. Most receiving yards from a wide receiver in a season in franchise history. Mike Quick record been up there for 30 years. A.J. Brown broke it his first season playing with a quarterback that everybody say he couldn't throw the ball. Look at A.J. Brown last 5 games. Look at A.J. Brown last 5 games. A.J. Brown only got 1 game this season where he caught 10 passes, and he finished the season with 1,400 yards. If that's not a dog, I don't think y'all know what a bark sound like. That's a dog right there, man. Miles Sanders over 1,000 on the ground. Your team lead the league in sacks. 40 years, LB, 40 years. Your team lead the league in sacks. This team different, man. And this is not the team that you want to see in the postseason. Now, as far as the Giants game go, you got to know what a tune-up game is. That was a tune-up. Jalen Hurts was not able to throw until late last week, I believe, before we announced he was going to be able to play in this game. He wasn't able to throw. That's why we threw the ball so much. We got to get that joint warmed up. We got to get that joint warmed up. And you look at the film from the Giants game, you can see there was ample opportunity for him to run the ball. But why do that? They can't score. They can't outscore us. Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball and getting us to the red zone at will. At will, we was in the red zone. Jake Elliott kicked like 5-6 field goals that game or something like that, right? The 1 pick 6 in the red zone, probably a little frustrating. A little frustration played by Jalen Hurts. But let me ask you this question. If you think we're going to be in the red zone that many times and Jalen Hurts not going to have a design keeper to keep the defense off balance, you bugging. I said that, Kirsten. I think me and you talked about that on Twitter. Jake Elliott need that work. Jake Elliott had been called on at all this season to have a game-winning kick. Jake Elliott was hurt. Dicker, the kicker, had the win for us in Arizona. Jake needed that work. Hurts needed that work with his throwing shoulder. That's the first time Jalen Hurts missed 2 games in his professional career, in his life. In his life. Elliott needed that work because field goals matter in the playoffs. Field goals matter in the playoffs. You know what I mean? It matter in the playoffs. So I'm glad Elliott got that extra work in. Lions have a solid foundation, Don. Yeah, shout out to Don. The Lions got a real solid foundation. The Lions might got the most solid foundation. The Lions and the Jets. Those are the 2 most solid foundations from each conference going into next year, I think. Very solid foundations. I think the Steelers is a sleeper for a solid foundation as well. They just need some stability at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? I could see Wentz going over to Pittsburgh or something like that. Probably won't help them, but they just need a quarterback, one that can stretch the field a little bit. But yeah, man, a lot of teams those 2 teams got things to look forward to. Pittsburgh and the Detroit Lions. The Jets got things to look forward to. A lot of teams performed well and made it interesting, man. It made it interesting down the stretch. You know what I mean? The Panthers made it interesting down the stretch without really having nothing over there. The Saints tried their best. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about the performance of the other teams going into the postseason. Now, Seattle got in there because the Packers folded. The Giants clinched a week ago. You know what I mean? They didn't even really play nobody because that was smart. You know what I mean? Why would you put Daniel Jones in that harm's way? You seen that dude was running for his life. The Giants quarterback, Davis Webb, was running for his life. You know what I mean? We was on him. We was on his ass trying to get them sacks, trying to get that sack record. He was running for his life. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Why put Daniel Jones in that type of heat? The Giants, I'm actually proud of the Giants. I actually want the Giants to win against the Vikings so we can sacrifice the Giants. I actually want the Giants to win. Seattle was a team that I would be worried about. I would be worried about Seattle because out of all the teams in the playoffs, Seattle is that one team that got a above average running back and 2 wide receiver ones in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? Now the Bucks, they got two good wide receiver ones, caliber type guys over there. But at the same time, the Bucks don't have that above average running back. Now Fournette is a dog in the playoffs. You can't sleep on the Bucks either. But I really don't want to play Seattle for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to play Seattle. Everybody got to come through Philly. I think that, the advantage for us is that only one team in the postseason right now in the NFC, the Giants and Dallas, those two teams, the Vikings as well. A lot of people haven't really seen our pass rush. You could talk to me about this Purdy guy all you want. Purdy ain't never seen this type of pass rush, squeezing down on him. Purdy ain't never seen that. So am I really worried about San Fran? No, I think that Purdy bad game is going to happen just in time in the playoffs. They out of there. You know what I'm saying? They out of there. You know what I mean? I'm not really too much worried about that. But San Fran dangerous. I ain't going to lie. That's the classic case of, is it the quarterback of the system? You see that? They're not asking them questions about Purdy. Is it the quarterback of the system? What they doing is giving Purdy off of like 8 games playing offensive player of the year votes. I don't get it. Purdy is getting offensive player of the year votes. But it is what it is, man. He over there doing his thing, commanding the ship, commanding the troops, so to speak. It is what it is. The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys look like a soup sandwich yesterday. The Dallas Cowboys look like a soup sandwich yesterday. The Dallas Cowboys are out of here next week. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. They talked a lot of trash. They trolled me a lot on Twitter. They smell like they smell. The body is rotten as we speak. The maggots are coming from the soil. The maggots are eating the flesh already of the Dallas Cowboys. They are done. Ace, thank you for the super chat. Been following you for a minute, bro. You are definitely the best Eagles content creator, Bird Gang. Shout out to you, Ace, man. I appreciate that. Dez, what up? He said Brady gonna do it, man. They done, bro. They are done. They got the loser mentality already. They know they not going nowhere. They know they not going nowhere. They just some of them want to psychologically talk themselves into believing it. And I know you watching. I know a lot of y'all watching right now. I know you. He always talk about the Cowboys. You right, because I'm always right about the Cowboys. I'm always right about the Cowboys. I'm proud of the Cowboys. I'm proud of the way the Cowboys lose. I'm proud of it. I am proud. There's only 2 things I talk about a lot. I talk about my kids a lot. I talk about the Cowboys a lot because I'm proud of both of them. I'm proud of my kids are just smart kids. And I'm proud of my other kids in Dallas. I'm proud of the way that they don't let me down and the way they continue to lose. I'm proud of it. Dak Prescott is trash. All they did was try to make excuses for him all year. Ballpoint trash. How you miss 5 games and still lead the league in interceptions? Jalen Hurts the best quarterback in the NFC East. How you miss 5 games and still lead the league in interceptions? How you miss 5 games and still do that? Come on, man. Y'all see Tuck crying on Twitter all morning. That's all of them doing. See, I respect what Tuck doing, though. I respect. It's always everybody's fault except Dak. They'll never blame Dak Prescott. And I figured out why that is, too. I respect what Tuck doing, though. Tuck is doing what I would do. Tuck is trying to calm the fan base down and say what only matters is losing in the playoffs. That game technically really don't matter. You got to come out and be better for sure. But the thing is you play next week. That didn't end your season. You play next week. You got to go out there and prove that was just, that was lightning in a bottle. Us looking that bad against a division opponent. You got to go out there and prove that. So I respect what Tuck is doing. This is what I don't respect about what all the rest of them are doing. Blaming everybody. Making excuses. Saying we ain't give it our all. Y'all played the whole game. How you ain't give it your all? How you ain't give it your all? How? Y'all want me to take my foot off their neck? The answer is no. I'm not going to ever take my foot off their neck. Because they was the main ones telling us that Jalen Hurts is not a quarterback. They was the main ones telling us that Jalen Hurts ain't good enough. They was the main ones telling us that this team only gonna go as far as Jalen Hurts could take it. Jalen Hurts proved the entire world wrong this football season. The entire world wrong. They lost to Sam Howell. This Dak Prescott first time going to the playoffs in back-to-back years. Jalen Hurts did that in his first 2 starts. They lost to Samuel Howe. They lost to Samuel Howe. And this how delusional they are. They say stuff like this. Well, y'all struggled against Davis Webb. Y'all lost to Sam Howe. Somebody do the greater than sign. Look. Somebody, greater than. What's greater than? Losing or winning to a backup quarterback. We both played third-string quarterbacks. One team coasted to a win. One team lost. Stop it. Lord, you can't let the Dak fans get to you this much. Little Dallas Cowboy, that's your name? Let me tell you something, man. If you think they're getting to me, you're sadly mistaken, man. You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. Some people go to the gym and hit the heavy bag to let out frustration. Some people just, I don't know. Some people bully people on the playground to let out frustration. I bully the Dallas Cowboys to let out frustration. It ain't even letting out frustration. It's just until they win something, they always going to be my kick toy. You think I'm frustrated with them? We 14-3. You got to use your mind here, brother. I'm winning. I've been winning. I've been winning over here. This is my 6th season doing YouTube. My 6th season. I only know of 1 season where I didn't go to the playoffs out of 6. And you think something getting to me? Huh? I've been to the playoffs 6. That's 5 out of these 6 seasons. Have y'all done that? Have y'all ever won 14 games? No, you have not. Dak Prescott ain't do it. All we've been doing was been competing for championships since I've been on YouTube. Ain't no memes of my fans ain't no memes of Eagles fans in the stands crying. That's a one and done. That's the point. That's a one and done. Now, what do the Eagles got to do? So we really can't even say what we got to do to eliminate being a one and done. Because if the Giants beat the Vikings, we play the Giants. Most likely. If San Fran lose to the Seahawks, which is possible, we play the Seahawks. If the Seahawks advance, that's our matchup regardless. Because we play the lowest seed. In order for us to see the Dallas Cowboys, everybody that's supposed to win got to win. The Dallas Cowboys got to be the only low seed to advance. In order for us to see the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody that's supposed to win got to win. Meaning the 49ers got to take care of business. The Vikings got to take care of business. And the Cowboys got to take care of business. They got to be the only low seed to win. Then we see the Dallas Cowboys. None of these teams in the playoffs want to come to the link and dance with us. The only team gritty enough to make it the slug fact that it's going to be is the San Francisco 49ers. The Dallas Cowboys too pretty. The Minnesota Vikings too pretty. The New York Giants don't got enough talent. Who else out there? The Seattle Seahawks gritty. You know what I mean? I'm worried about the Seattle Seahawks. I'm worried about the 49ers. And I'm worried about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Everybody else sweet meat in the village to me. That's just the facts. Nobody in our division in the NFC East is going to be a match for us this next round. They're going to get dog walked. I guarantee you that. They're going to get the brakes beat off of them. Especially the Dallas Cowboys if they come to the link. But they done already. So it's looking like to me that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to either have to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's probably going to be Tampa Bay, honestly. It's looking like we're going to have to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New York Giants. I don't think Seattle going to beat the 49ers. I don't think Seattle, but Seattle definitely could do it, though. You know what I mean? We're going to have to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the New York Giants. That's what it's looking like for me. Nah, he kind of shot. What you mean? We got A-Rod. We get A-Rod, then it's over, but that makes the team less. I mean, if you get A-Rod, good for you. I think Aaron Rodgers will be good over there in Dallas. But this the question y'all got to start asking yourselves for real. after Dak out here leading the league in picks? This is the question that Dallas Cowboys content creators, they not going to ask the question, man, because they don't do those things. You got people still on Twitter pulling up the tweet when I said that, you know what I mean, before I give up 3 first-round picks, I would go get Jimmy G and build around that. Because if you do that, my guy Philly Mike in the building, what Mike say, beat the Giants to get to the NFC Championship with Dallas being out going to hurt their soul. Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course it is. When I said giving up 3 first-round picks is something that I would not do, instead of doing that, I would go get Jimmy G. Rent Jimmy G for a year. That way Jimmy G would have had A.J. Brown. Everything would have been the same except the quarterback change if you didn't want to keep Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? And Jalen Hurts would have been over there with that defense in San Francisco. We would have been sick because they would have been the #1 seed with them weapons in that defense in San Fran if Jalen Hurts was the quarterback this year. We would have been sick. I said, do that. Keep your 3 first-round picks over getting Russell Wilson. I always do that. Over Russell Wilson and over A-Rod. I rather would have done that than use 3 first-round picks. That's called critical thinking. Now, obviously, I'm pro Jalen Hurts. I'm pro Jalen Hurts. That's called creating. That's called thinking of every possible avenue. The Dallas Cowboys content creators, they don't do stuff like that. They want to keep telling you that Dak got chance after chance after chance after chance after chance when that is not the reality in the NFL. Dak Prescott will not get another contract with the Dallas Cowboys unless he go to a Super Bowl. They're not thinking ahead because they think Dak Prescott is going to be there for 25 years, still being mediocre. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. So when are they going to start thinking about this ain't going to work? You see, they doing it in Oakland. They bench Carr because this ain't going to work. Now you got to come into that realization with Dak Prescott. A lot of them don't want to do that, yo. A lot of them don't want to do that. A lot of them can't do that. A lot of them can't do that. I think Dak might need a change of scenery. You know what I'm saying? I would rather have Nick Foles back in Philly before Jimmy G. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The whole point of me saying that was keep the 3 first-round picks. Because look what the 3 first-round picks turned into. One turned into A.J. Brown. One turned into Jordan Davis, who just waiting his opportunity. And one got kicked down. We got 2 first-round picks now. We got a top 10 pick next year, and we got the #1 seed. Look what keeping your picks turned into and betting on your player that's already there. You see what I'm saying? That was my mindset with that. But then people like to take that as, you know what I mean? Oh, I ain't going to forget you wanted Jimmy G. Come on, stop the lying, man. It's called critical thinking. It's called critical thinking. I wasn't advocating for nobody but Hurts. Now, I feel you. I feel you, D-Lo. That's not an advocation. You got to understand where we was at. The screams all last offseason while I was selling Hurts season hats was so loud for a QB change that every week, everybody on national television kept talking about the Eagles trading up for a quarterback, or the Eagles trading 3 first-round picks to go get Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. We was actually inquiring about Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson told us no. We was actually inquiring. The front office was actually looking at options. So if they looking at options, I got to prepare myself as a content creator and talk about the best option I would do if you really not sold on Jalen Hurts. I was sold all along, but I don't make no decisions. I can't advocate for nothing. I can't advocate for nothing. Y'all remember last year? Last year, it was people DMing me, hitting me up. They wanted Deshaun Watson too. They was checking on his legal troubles. Last year, people was DMing me, asking for refunds for Hurts season hats. Asking for refunds for Hurts season hats. Everybody was ready to jump ship. Everybody. We've been fighting an uphill battle all year over here, yo. All year over here. And it ain't done. It ain't done. They was asking for refunds, y'all. Ready to jump ship. He went out there, did the work, and proved himself. Went out there, did the work, and proved himself. And everybody look crazy right now, bro. Everybody look crazy right now, bro. Everybody got to walk that back. Everybody got to say I was wrong. Everybody got to do all the apologizing. But Jalen Hurts vastly got better. Now, I'm going to tell y'all about some confusion, though. Craig Calloway, what's going on, bro? I'm going to tell you about some confusion. The New York Giants are confused. The New York Giants think Daniel Jones just did what Jalen Hurts just did. They think Daniel Jones has improved and took the strides that Jalen Hurts took. They are wrong. Daniel Jones is still buns. Still buns. Buns. Daniel Jones is botched surgery buns. You know what I'm saying? They confused. They think Daniel Jones is really something that he's not. When in actuality, Daniel Jones has just been so used to being buns that he finding some way to work it out. The coaching just better over there. That's the difference. The coaching is just better. He's definitely a BBL going bad. The coaching is just better over there. You know what I mean? They remember the joke that was going on all season? This was the joke about Jalen Hurts. Oh, hurry up and pay him $50 million. No, hurry up and pay Daniel Jones $50 million. Jalen Hurts earned his money. Watch it, buddy. Hey, you over here. Jalen Hurts earned his money. Earned it. Earned it. Earned it. My guy Craig Calloway said D-Lo, the album is fire. That's a fact. He earned it. I want to play the Giants again. I want to play the Giants one more time at full strength and blow them out of the playoffs at the link. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. Y'all can't really even like, I can't even really be happy. I can't even be happy because I knew this was going to happen, bro. I knew this was going to happen. I knew we was making the playoffs again. I knew Jalen Hurts would prove himself that he's a franchise quarterback. But you talk about number one seed, 14 wins, A.J. Brown damn near 1,500 receiving yards. When you look at Devontae Smith's stat line, that's wide receiver one number. That's, come on, bro. Come on. Come on. Magical season. Hassan Reddick. Magical season, bro, right now. We in the midst of greatness right now, man. We in the midst of greatness right now. Daniel Jones, top 10. Come on, man. You coming in here lying. But you know who is top 10? Jalen Hurts. We could run down the list of top 10 right now, for real, for real. In order, too. In order. In order. Patrick Mahomes, I give him number 1. Jalen Hurts, number 2. Josh Allen, number 3. No. Joe Burrow, number 3. Josh Allen, number 4. You know what I'm saying? Herbert made the playoffs. Can you really be mad at Herbert? But I ain't going to give Herbert number 5 this year. Who I'm going to give number 5 this year? That's tough. That's tough. I'm gonna give Geno Smith number 5. I'm gonna give Herbert number 6. I'm gonna give. It's tough. You got to start looking at Trevor Lawrence, man. Trevor Lawrence was balling. I'm gonna give Trevor Lawrence number 7. I'm gonna give Goff number 8. I'm gonna give Goff number 8. Number 9. Who am I give number 9 to? I mean, Tom Brady been so up and down, but Tom Brady numbers not bad, though, man. Tom Brady numbers not bad. I mean, arguably Tua could be number 9, even though he missed a lot of, you know what I mean? He missed a lot. I think I might go Tua number 9. I might go Tua number 9. I might go Cousins number 10. They be hating on Cousins a lot. I might go Cousins number 10. Number 11, I could see Daniel Jones. I'm gonna go Tom number 11. I'm gonna go Daniel Jones number 12. I'm gonna go Daniel Jones number 12. I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you about the rest of them dudes. I don't know what to tell you about the rest of them dudes. How can I put Dak Prescott anywhere in the vicinity? He lead the league in picks. He lead the league in picks. How can I put Dak Prescott after them dudes? Dak Prescott is playing. Dak Prescott is the worst quarterback in the playoffs right now. The worst quarterback in the playoffs right now. Hurts ain't 10, Hurts is 2. The worst quarterback in the playoffs right now, man. And that's just keeping it a bean, man. Keeping it a bean. This season has shown me one thing. Now that we at the end, we can recap for real, for real. This season has shown me that the Dallas Cowboys fan base, the community, the content creator pool is 99% delusional. 99% delusional. I had a guy pull me on a stream, Boss Cowboy, pull me on a stream to tell me that if I was a Dallas Cowboys content creator, I would be nobody because 24,000 subs is a drop in the bucket over there. Is a drop in the bucket over there. I'm going to tell y'all why that's delusional, because he is a Dallas Cowboys content creator and he only got 5,000. So if my 25,000 is a drop in the bucket over there, we shouldn't even be having a conversation. Is that not delusional? Is that not delusional? Make it make sense. I'm going to replay it again. If I was a Dallas Cowboys content creator, my 25,000 don't mean nothing because they got some heavy hitters. Devach, Law, all dudes that I've worked with, by the way, including him. Is that not delusional in itself? To tell me that I'm not good enough to be over there when you ain't good enough to be over there and you over there. That's the way they think. That is the epitome of delusion. When people start saying stuff like that, you just got to be like, what? What? Then the interceptions are not Dak Prescott's fault thing. Kellen Moore is running too many option routes. They try to fast talk you. They try to outsmart you. They try to say things like you don't know football. They try to say all of these things. They try to make it seem like what they are saying is true. Do you know the number system? My guy Jason Carter, thank you for the super chat. LB, we about to pull out 23 playoffs. Let them know. Go Birds. By the way, let the content, broski. I appreciate you. They've been trying to fast talk me all season, but this is what they fail to realize. I ain't from the outskirts of Philly. I'm not from the outskirts of Philly. My block invented the slick talk, bro. I'm not from outside of the walls of the compound. I'm from inside, bro. You cannot fast talk me, bro. Every excuse they can make, I can logically rebuttal. And they cannot come up with an answer for it. It will be another excuse. Well, if y'all running too many option routes on one play, do y'all practice this stuff? And are they waking up in the morning at 7 o'clock on Sunday and say, Dak, forget everything you learned, we're going to run this? Or are y'all working on it during the week? 6 to 7 of them interceptions ain't Dak's fault. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Flipping the Bird 85, thank you for the super chat. He said Cowboys about to be one and done. Cowboys fans are clowns. Same with Louis T, straight bums. I mean, the Washington Commanders, I really don't even talk about the Commanders for real no more, because we know how that end with the Commanders, man. We know how that end. Look at that right there. Let me show y'all that. You know what I'm saying? That's that Lombardi getting delivered. They taking the Lombardi to Philly. The Commanders' defense, all right, though, but the Commanders' defense is all right out the playoffs. You know what I mean? They all right out the playoffs. You know what I mean? We ain't worried about – listen, the Commanders are a joke. I live in the D.C. area. When they go on like a little 3-game winning streak, they start putting the flags back on their cars. You see them on the highway, all on 495. The little Commander flag floating around. And as soon as they out, there's no more flags. It's quiet. People are not outside. The grocery stores got too much food in them. You can't even catch these guys at the grocery store. They give away food because it's going bad, because these dudes don't even eat when they team trash out here. It's ridiculous, man. The Commanders are a joke. The Commanders are just hoping and praying and wishing that something can happen to them before it's over. Before they get laid to rest as a civilization. They just hope to get another glimpse at glory. And it's sad to say that will never happen for the Commanders. Never. You hear me? Look at me close, Commanders fans. You will never in this lifetime again win a Super Bowl or even be close to it. I'm sorry. That's just the writing on the wall for y'all. That's just the writing on the wall for y'all. You know what I mean? They actually make me sick to my stomach, but so many of them have jumped ship over the last 30 years that there's not even a lot of them left to address, which is why I got so much respect for Louis and Rio. You know what I mean? I got so much respect for them. Their mascot is a pig. Their mascot is a pig. One of the most unsettling creatures to look at in the zoo is your mascot. Like, do you even take yourself seriously? Do you even take yourself seriously? Do you? Do you even take yourself seriously? The Commanders have literally, the Commanders have literally drove Louis T insane. They have literally drove Louis T insane. Literally. Louis T went crazy this year. He went crazy this year. Did y'all hear the stuff he was telling me? Louis would get on the stream. Louis was so confused and so distraught that he was siding with their rival. On the stream, Louis T would tell me all the accomplishments of their defensive line and then tell me, oh, the Cowboys, that line crazy over there, but I don't know what the Eagles got. I'm just like, look it up. They're the most sacks in the league. He would tell me stuff like, they got the best wide receiver trio in the division. These are the type of things that I can't even debate. I can't even speak on stuff like that. It's just like, what? Let me record this and play it back for you. And I'm going to ask you when you watch the replay, does it make sense? Donnell Shipley, thank you for the super chat. Hold on. They went from an Indian warrior to a pig. They went from a pig. They went from an Indian warrior to a pig. An Indian warrior to a pig. But listen, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm from the inside, man. You might as well call me Inside Man Brunson. I'm from the inside. You cannot fast talk me. You cannot fast talk me, bruh. It's impossible to fast talk me. I speak way too many languages. Way too many languages. You talking about a dude that could be at a dice game on a jail phone call and then be in a board meeting with generals and lieutenants. I speak way too many languages, bro. You cannot try to cover 3 me to death. You cannot try to bracket coverage. You cannot try to terminology me to death. I got 2 eyes that work pretty damn good. My eyes work really, really good. They've been trying to football terminology us to death, thinking we don't know what we talking about on this side. Thinking we don't know what we talking about on this side. But I go to the Commander Stadium every year. You know what I see over there? Eagles jerseys. Ain't no $12 tickets at the link. Ain't no $12 tickets where I'm from. Because we win games. It costs to go see winning football. It costs. As a whole, the division performed well. 3 teams made the playoffs out of the NFC East. That's magnificent. The commodes were the ugly girlfriend out. Is what it is. You know what I mean? D-Lo, real talk, I'm from VA, and they don't even have fans out here neither. There's no fans out there. I bet you where you at, D-Lo, is more Cowboys fans. There's more Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? There's definitely some pigs in a blanket. You know what I mean? But as a whole, the division was putting on all year. Man. It was battles. The Commanders beat the Eagles and the Cowboys. The Commanders gave us our first loss. They beat the Dallas Cowboys. I don't even like to talk about the Commanders' achievements because that's the stuff that they're going to use so they can sleep at night. They were happy that they beat the Cowboys last week or yesterday. They was happy. But y'all not going to the playoffs, bro. Y'all not going to the playoffs. They was happy. They was happy that they beat us. What was that, week 10? They were ecstatic, bro. Ecstatic. They start saying crazy stuff, man. Crazy. Somebody owe me some chicken, too. If you're watching, I'm texting you after this. I bet a lot of people that they weren't going to make the postseason, and there's one guy that ain't paid me yet. One guy that ain't paid me yet. You know what I mean? The jersey's okay, but it's like, come on, man. It's the Commanders. Come on. Now, honestly, I expected that out of the Giants, if you want me to be for real. I expected that out of the Giants. But, you know, the Giants made the postseason, man. I'm happy for the Giants content creators, man, because they had a rough 5 years, bro. They had a rough 5 years. Now, listen, they're going to get dismantled either in the first round or the second round. Dismantled. The only reason why I'm even giving them a chance because it's Kirk Cousins. And they almost beat them in the regular season, to my knowledge. Only reason why I'm going to give them a chance. You know what I mean? Because it's Kirk Cousins. But they almost got barbecued. I mean, they're going to be barbecued most likely by the Vikings. So, you know, enjoy an extra week of fun. You know what I mean? Enjoy an extra week of fun. Who do the Eagles want? If it's me personally, I want to smoke with anybody, bro. I want to smoke with anybody. You know what I mean? If Seattle beat the 49ers, that's who we'll get. I'll gladly take Seattle at the link. You know what I mean? I think our defensive line going to give Geno a fit. I'll gladly take Seattle at the link. I'll gladly take the Giants at the link if they pull off the upset. If those two teams lose, and the Cowboys, and out of the Cowboys and the Bucks, you know what I mean? Tom Brady, you always got to be mindful. That's Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady is a master at getting the ball out of his hands quick. And Jonathan Gannon scares me going against a guy like Tom Brady. Because Jonathan Gannon think he going to zone Tom Brady to death. You know what I'm saying? When Tom Brady you can't zone Tom Brady to death. You really got to mix up coverage, man. You really got to mix up coverage, man. You got to mix up coverage against Tom Brady. You got to mix up coverage against Dak Prescott, too. Dak Prescott killed the zone. These guys been in the league for a minute, man. They know how to beat it. Jalen Hurts knows how to beat a zone. You got to mix up coverage against quarterbacks, man. We go out there and run the same zone and then try to adjust at halftime. Like, for real, like, every quarterback in the playoffs, with the exception of Daniel Jones, can potentially cook us. All because of Jonathan Gannon. All because of Jonathan Gannon. What'd you say about Shanahan, Kirsten? So, you know what I mean? It's all about how Jonathan Gannon going to approach this, man. Because all season, the Philadelphia Eagles defense been on the field for 1,000, and I think probably almost 1,100 snaps so far, if you count yesterday's game. Not even, because we was getting them off the field a lot. A little under 1,100 snaps probably. And out of that, over like 800 of those 1,100 snaps, the defense been playing with a lead. The defense been playing with a lead. The defense don't know how to play football from behind because Jonathan Gannon don't know how to adjust. That's scary to me, man. Jonathan Gannon is scary to me, yo. Shout out to y'all, man. 950 people in the building. Gannon is scary to me. Gannon actually terrifies me because of how slow he adjusts. Geno Smith will carve us up, bro. Mind you, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, those are some A1 receivers. Tom Brady had 80% completion percentage on his last year. Kirk Cousins, he can throw the ball. Justin Jefferson is a dog. A dog. You know what I mean? Jonathan Gannon, man, you know, listen, it's all fun and games talking about how inferior these guys are as far as talent go. But Jonathan Gannon makes it even for everybody. Jonathan Gannon makes it even for everybody. Even. I pray to God Jonathan Gannon going this year. Because if the Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, it's going to be because of Jonathan Gannon. It's going to be because Jonathan Gannon, man. You know what I mean? We got to keep it a buck. It's all fun and games with them roasting the Cowboys. It's all fun and games with roasting these other teams. Jonathan Gannon can single-handedly have us looking crazy out here. And I'm not going to make no excuses. I'm going to say, hey, but Jonathan Gannon, I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. Slade will strap him again. Listen, man. Listen. If you are playing the Seahawks You got to mix coverage, bro. The Giants are the only team that give us the opportunity to play a bunch of single high man safety and put pressure on Daniel Jones. The only team. Because they don't have crazy wide receivers. Everybody else can stretch the field, man. The Cowboys can stretch the field. Avonte Maddox coming back, so maybe this thing shores itself back up. You know what I mean? Maybe it looks a little different. Because when Maddox is in there, we seem to have no trouble at all with whatever scheme we play. Gardner Johnson is back. You're getting key pieces back. But you still got to be mindful of that ball, man. You still got to be mindful of that ball. LB, you scared of Geno Smith? I respect Geno Smith. There's a difference. It's the playoffs, bro. You got to respect your opponent. People getting aggressive and blitzing confused. Gannon needs to tighten up, though. People are getting aggressive and blitzing confused. Aggressive is jamming at the line of scrimmage. When you know a wide receiver ain't good for real, you could jam him. Jamming creates more time for the defensive line to get to the quarterback. You don't want to give people free release 6 yards of cushion. Then that means the quarterback decision is already made. Already made. Already made. You don't think who coming back, Craig? The quarterback decision is already made. Maddox in the boot. Maddox coming back. I think Maddox is going to be back. That bye, Maddox is going to be out that boot. Listen, we got a bye. Maddox might not have been back this week, but Maddox is going to be back, man, for that game. I'm telling y'all. Maddox is going to be back for that game. How many games did Maddox miss? Maddox been out since Dallas. So Maddox ain't play. Maddox ain't on IR. Maddox not on IR for a reason. Maddox didn't play against the Saints. Maddox didn't play against the Giants. And obviously, nobody playing this week. Maddox going to be back 3 weeks of rest. 3 weeks of rest, and it's probably going to be a night game, a division game. It's probably going to be like a 4:30 game. Maddox going to be back. Maddox going to be back, and we got to take this into consideration as well. It's important. It's very important to be able to sleep in your own bed. Very important. The last 2 games of the season was in Philly. The last 3 games of the season was in Philly, wasn't it? No, the last 2 games, the Saints game and the Giants game. We was in Philly for the last 2 weeks already, sleeping in our own bed. We get to sleep in our own bed again for a bye. And we get to sleep in our own bed again for the divisional round. We get to sleep in our own bed again for the NFC Championship game. We don't got to do all of this traveling. We get to chill. We get to put our feet up. We get to heal up. You know what I'm saying? We get to heal up. That's important, man. We ain't got to catch no planes. These other guys got to change. Time zones got to change when you come in to rock with us. Minnesota, if it's, you know what I mean? The time zone's got to change. Cowboys, that time zone got to change if you want to see us for a third dance. Not by a lot, but it is what it is. You're going into hostile territory when you come here. We don't got to do that. Quinn put a lot of pressure on the game, on Donnell. Quinn was looking good to me yesterday. Quinn was looking good. Quinn was looking good to me yesterday. I like the pressure that he was getting. He was playing with some smarts, too. You know what I mean? Quinn was looking good. It's only a matter of time before Quinn get there for a key sack. Quinn wasn't bad at all. Quinn wasn't bad at all yesterday. Quinn wasn't bad at all. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time before Quinn put his impact on the game. You know what I mean? But, you know, all in all, man, the Philadelphia Eagles did their job. The #1 seed is secure. You know what I'm saying? We got the bye. We won a division. There hasn't been a repeat division winner in the NFC East for 18 years. That changes next year. I guarantee the Philadelphia Eagles win the division again. I did look at the away opponents and the home opponents. It's scary, man. It's scary. I ain't gonna lie, it's scary. Based on the team's performance this year that we played, it's scary, man. You play the Jets next year, who has a really good defense. You play the Bills. You play the Chiefs. You play Minnesota again. You play the Cowboys twice. You know you play a division. Do you play Miami? I don't think we play Miami. But you play a lot of good teams next year. A lot of good teams next year. You definitely got to capitalize this year because your team not going to look this stout. When you think Sweat coming back, I think Sweat coming back for the playoffs. Sweat will be back for the postseason. Lane Johnson will be back for the postseason. The Dogs will be back. Lane getting some good rest. I tell you that, Lane getting some good rest. We play the Bucks too, yeah, but I think Brady will be gone. Lane getting some good rest. Lane getting some good rest. We play Miami, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy over there, man. You might lose Bradbury and you're playing a lot of dogs. The Eagles realistically probably got to draft a cornerback high this year. Philly Mike been talking about that all week. You probably got to draft a quarterback high this year. You know what I mean? And I don't blame him for that. I don't blame him for that. We play Miami at the Link. That's gonna be legit. That's gonna be legit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who we're gonna be able to keep, man. And you know, if you get to the Super Bowl and lose, a lot of people might dip, man, because they know how hard it was to get there, bro. If you get to the Super Bowl and win, you could keep a lot of people, man. You could keep a lot of people if you win it. I'm telling you, man. In 2017, everybody was taking dollars on a penny to come back and try to run it back. Dollars on a penny. I'm not sure what Brandon Graham's deal is right now, but I'm pretty sure that Brandon Graham will come back for a cheap another 1 year joint or something like that. Yeah, I don't think Brady's gonna be back. I don't think Brady's gonna be back. I think Jalen Hurts, TJ Edwards, and CJ Gardner-Johnson, you need to start writing them contracts up now. Howie Roseman, I think, need to get ahead of Jalen Hurts' contract, honestly. You need to get ahead of that, man, because if Jalen Hurts go to the Super Bowl, ain't no tax breaks, bruh. It ain't no breaks right now, for real. Ain't no breaks right now, for real. Do we go after D-Hop for what? For what? We have 2,000-yard receivers. What are we going to do with D-Hop? We don't need D-Hop. We don't need D-Hop. I'm cool with the wide receiver core. Even though Quez seemed to be in some sort of a slump, but I'm cool with the wide receiver core. Definitely can't even afford D-Hop. You know what I mean? The biggest decision going to be Miles. Just like the Saints talking crazy, look at them watching us. My guy Puck, you thank you for the super chat. We were home yesterday while other teams were on the road. Facts. We need to upgrade Quez, possibly, because this was another knock on AJ Brown, that he ain't healthy. AJ played every game this year. A lot of people talked about AJ Brown's durability. He played every game this year. Devontae Smith played every game this year. Jalen Hurts missed 2 games and you lost both of them games. We need you saw about Marshawn Lattimore? Who's Marcus Lattimore? His brother or something? Minshew put Quez in some bad situations, fam. I agree. Quez is a solid number 3, though, and we already got Brown and Smith. Quez ain't getting manhandled, man. I don't know what y'all looking at, man. Minshew was throwing some bad passes, bro. You mean to tell me Quez waited all the way until week goddamn 16 to start getting manhandled like that? Nah. Minshew was throwing some ducks. Minshew was throwing ducks for 2 straight weeks. I just want to think about this year. Facts. We ain't even got to think into the future. We leave that to them other guys, man. But, you know, we coming up on our hour, man. We definitely going to tap in with some more content all week. You know what I mean? We're going to be drawing up, you know, plays that we need to bring back. We're going to be contemplating, man, because this is when the real content starts for real. This is when content creators really start using their brain and start thinking outside of the box, because there's no game this week. Let's start thinking about the postseason. Let's get our minds into the postseason. You know what I mean? Let's go back and looking at some film from weeks to where we was going on stretches of dominance. You know what I mean? Let's look at what we was doing right to get back to those stretches of dominance, man. But I definitely want to say shout out to y'all, and make sure y'all order all y'all Eagles merch. The link is in the description to this video. Make sure you get the playoff green Hurt season merchandise, the playoff green LB merchandise. None of the playoff green stuff, but you see how the stitch on this Hurt season hat white? It's like a different green. The green matches perfectly with the Eagles jersey. So tap in right there and make sure you use Bully10, you know what I'm saying, at the checkout. Shout out to all 927 of y'all. I love y'all. #1 seed. We in the playoffs. Nobody believed, but we did. Hungry dogs run faster. Fly Eagles fly. Philly against everybody. It is what it is. Whoever come to the link to see us, they getting put down. Fuck you. Thank you for the super chat. After the game, our boys didn't have to travel. Extra rest on top of the bye week. You already know the vibes, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Enjoy a productive